Hey folks, Uncle Jay.
I'm Kev.
And I'm the Tanker Babe.
When did you get in here?
I jumped in at the truck stop back down the road. Y'all were busy.
Down yonder.
Down back yonder. I didn't know we went through Memphis. All right, well apparently we made a detour we didn't notice. And this is an on-the-road free fly, the first of what's likely to be many mobile free flies, since me and Kev got a lot of driving to do. So anyway, this week we were over in Brooklyn, Michigan. There's a NASCAR race. We went over to do a fundraiser at a festival for the 173rd Airborne's Coming Home Party. We were over there with Terry and Cheryl Blaskowski, who are the parents of Matt Blaskowski, who you all by now know. This week they actually got the parts for the bike, the tribute bike to Matt, painted up as a tribute memorial to his life with all the memorabilia and a lot of it related to his time in the military. Bike's called War Torn, done by Raven Graphics up in the UP. The UP, eh? Yeah. We gotta go drive through the UP. We'll go to Escanaba, don't you know?
Escanaba.
I love Escanaba, goddamn her. Hey, you know, folks, the reason I'm Uncle Jimbo was 6 Upers who lived behind me in Appleton, Wisconsin at one point in time. They all worked at the paper mills and varying shifts, so at least 2 or 3 of them were always home, always out on the back deck, sunning themselves and drinking light beer. They had a kegerator refrigerator, of course. So when I'd get home from work every day, I'd poke my head out back, and I'd still work in executive search, so I got a suit and tie on. And as soon as one of them saw me, I'd hear this yell across the backyard, "Hey, Uncle Jimbo, would you like a cold one, chum?" So, there you have the original. So anyhow, back to our Raven Graphics, made a beautiful bike. The time with the Blaskowskis was wonderful.
Excellent. The drive.
First, we got to deal with the drive. Kevin had some issues.
I got some issues for Michigan. Not the people of Michigan. 99.9% of everybody's fine. But seriously, no signage, no distance, no nothing. Don't tell me where to go. So I think that's probably how they get people to stay in the state, because they can't get anybody to leave once they're here. How
are you going to figure out where you're going? You don't need, 2 tanks of gas. How long does it take to get there?
There's not even a sign to get on the interstate. You just have to know this is the ramp.
This is the one. Go down this curvy thing and maybe you'll get where you're going. So Michigan, I realize times are tough in the auto industry, but
put a sign up. Jimbo and I,
we need a sign.
Yesterday we drove around most of
Columbia townships. I don't know, dude.
Everywhere.
Just some gravel roads, guys.
We were on a couple of dirt roads.
I didn't even know they made them.
Yeah, dirt roads. Nice.
Fantastic.
Generally a sign that you're not following a sign, Michigan. Anyhow, that was all well and good. We got there. That was fine. Now, I think we should talk about the event. The event was not what we were all hoping. But fortunately for us, we were with some tremendous people, and I had a great time.
Oh, it was a blast. The Blaskowskis are the family to party with. There's no doubt about that.
Amen to that.
And then you throw in Uncle Jimbo and Kev, life just can't get any better.
All right, we'll take a throw-up break.
Okay, so I was drinking scotch, but it was still a good time.
We kept her heavily sedated while she was with us, so that she wouldn't know what sort of freaks
we got quite a medical bag just for situations such as that. But the thing was, now the Blaskowskis unveiled the War Torn bike, which was the highlight of that event. There was nothing there even half as cool as that. So we basically came and showed some of the local folks some good stuff and raised a little bit of money for the party, and looking forward to other events where we can augment that so that the guys coming back can have an Italian fiesta.
Is there a site where they can send donations, Lita? Or
yeah, there's the 173rd Sky Angels Fund has a website. Got to get you the link, but if you go to Black 5, there are several stories with links, or you can go to tankerbabe985.vox.com or at vox.com.
I had a little dance for that.
You dance well.
No, I don't. I dance.
He's been dancing well for the last 3 days. Not necessarily physically, but verbally.
The Swedish I fuck you dance, and that's it. That's all I have.
I don't even do the cigarette dance because I don't smoke. All right, well, we'll be hopefully hooking up with the Blaskowskis back in the northern part of Michigan. They live under the bridge. They are trolls, some of the better people. That's all right. That's all right. We're down with that. So we'll hopefully catch up with them sometimes towards fall and hear some of the stories, maybe about hunting season. Because from what I've heard, Terry is quite the swamp donkey hunter. Prone to heading up north there with a couple of freezers to knock down some swamp donkeys.
Yeah, but now Cheryl's killed a bear and Terry hasn't.
There you go. And she killed that bear with a penknife. No, a Gerber multi-tool.
Gerber multi-tool.
Like Dave Bellavia. All in all, tremendous people. We had a great time, and we got to practice our whole going to fiestas.
And we need a lot of work.
We need a lot of work.
Yeah.
We sucked, but we were still cool.
We had a good time. People loved us.
People did love us.
I'm
the
telling
National
you,
Guard loved us.
The National Guard loved us, and one of us loved the National Guard, and we were definitely the exhibit at the event.
Right on. And we'll be doing more of those. We'll let you know. Now we gotta, as the free fly is prone to do.
So what did chafe your cones while you were there, Uncle Jimbo?
You know, yesterday I got some tremendous news over the internets.
I mean,
he's been steaming since he got it.
Really?
We all have.
Something happened at Gitmo or about Gitmo, or you know, maybe some possible terrorists that have been locked up there might get some free defense on the civilian market. Is that what we're talking about?
The ghost of Johnny Cochran has been sent down up from down wherever he is. I'm guessing. Where would he be? What's the middle one?
Like the fifth ring of hell?
No, it's limbo. Limbo. That's where he'd be. While they're trying to figure out whether lawyering is evil. I think it's evil. They may not. Bottom line, the Supreme Court in a 5-4 decision decided that the prisoners at Gitmo have a right to sue in U.S. courts to protest their detention for 6 years without charges or trial. And you know what I have to say? I think the Supreme Court, I don't know the law of it, but all in all, they're right. And who was wrong was the Bush administration. They had an obligation to try those prisoners, to charge them, to try them, and to abide by whatever that trial said. They had the right to set up military tribunals with lower evidentiary standards and lower procedural standards, and they failed to do so over the entire tenure of the Bush administration. We've got the show trials of KSM and those guys going on, with KSM singing Kumbaya in Arabic and basically making a farce of the whole thing, but we have failed to systematically charge, try, and convict men who now will have access to George Soros-funded lawyers to tie up our legal system and use our protections against us. Well, what will be the end result of that? Imagine a lot of them will walk. Gee, that's a great idea.
All right, that's friggin' horrible. But we have absolutely no problem as American people to throw our own boys under a bus and bring them to trial swiftly.
No kidding.
And with generally most of the time without any reason for supposed crimes they did while they're in, you know, war-torn areas. So let's think of the logic here, Supreme Court. I mean, our boys have no chance at a civilian trial where they might get some liberal leniency, or they might get some liberal hatred.
Yet, there's that
either
case,
way.
Worse yet, there's that case Matt highlighted where guys who had gotten out, Marines who had gotten out, one of the guys takes a Secret Service polygraph and goes, oops, I think I may have done something wrong. And now him and all his buddies are facing charges quick as can be on that one. As soon as they found out, they managed to get charges filed against those guys and got one of them locked up over Memorial Day. Good Lord, people, get your shit together.
But now guys that have more than likely planned the deaths of U.S. people get a fair, they should get a fair trial anyway, but there's just scumbags.
They've had years to sit there and think about how to plan even more evil, and potentially a lot of these guys are going to walk. So what is that going to mean?
What's happened to the really nice prisoners at Gitmo who we let go? What have they gone into?
Exactly.
Well, all of them. One of them went to Australia. Of course, then he got the crap beat out of Australia.
A bunch of the rest of them went right back to Afghanistan and Iraq and got themselves killed, trying to kill more of us. So the ones we let go before were potentially less dangerous than the jackasses we still have there. So by inaction of the Bush administration, we now have the civilians and liberals and their courts in charge of what's going to happen to our terrorist enemies. Bravo on that one. Well done. All right, well, we got a long way to roll and a short time to get there.
Lord, get me to the airport. I need some relief.
What?
I've had a great time with these two guys, but you know, the time needs to come to an end so we can all recover.
I'm telling you, the bullshit meter gets full and she's got to get back. Get away from us.
Can you see behind us? We'll have to pull the camera on when this is done and show how overloaded with bullshit this vehicle is.
Are you talking about me?
I was actually talking about behind you, but take that however you want.
Either way. I'm telling you, it's been a blast. These guys truly are great. The Blaskowskis were great. I've been in the prisons of wonderful Americans. We've done good things. We've talked about more good things. And I just thank the guys for letting me be a part of this.
Amen to that. Okay, well, we're going to tie this one up. I'm Uncle Jay.
I'm Kev.
And I'm the Tanker Babe.
Have a good weekend.